All right, so this is a first for us because we're on a top secret mission and we only have about 3 days. What are we doing, Dave?
Yeah, so I designed a Jenny, and Jen has been after us for years, especially you.
Yes.
We made a Jenny.
And all of this has been done right under her nose without her knowing it. So we have some big plans. My wife is away right now. She's helping an aunt out. So we have 3 days basically to kind of get this over the finish line to something that you guys can also build as well too. But also when she comes back, we want to have these all built. So we're going to be taking you along on this journey here. We're going to go ahead and get these built quickly. We're going to get them test flown. We're going to get them painted up. When Jen comes back, we're going to surprise her in a big way, and I do mean big. This is going to be cool. We got work to do.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is incredible! This is oftentimes how we test a lot of these models. Not only do one of us design it, but then oftentimes the whole team will usually build at least one, won't they, Dave?
Yeah, we usually go through it together and just get each other's opinions, see what works the best, what other people think is, the best way to put it together.
So Dave, you have like a design style, but also a build style that has really become popular, especially with the RV12, right?
Yeah. This is a little bit different than the RV12. I try to make it in as few pieces as possible, so that way that like when you kind of put it all together, it just kind of all paper maches together and folds together on its own, basically. So you'll see a lot of stuff where there's like lines like this on the side and in the center here, and this is actually your former. So it's not a separate piece. You don't have to worry about trying to stuff it in anywhere. You just naturally fold it over and glue it in place, and it's a real simple, effective way of doing it.
It's cute. It is cute. What do you think Jen's reaction is going to be?
I still can't believe she doesn't know.
She's sharp as a tack.
Like every day I try to keep one ear, listening to see if she knows anything about it or...
I want to point something out really quick if you could.
Yeah.
So there's a picture. Noah, you'll have to install this picture.
Yes.
Jen was sitting right here. Look what's right behind me.
And, and while she was scolding, it was me.
Yeah.
She was picking on me because she wanted to be called Jenny's Jet, the retro rocket. By the way, that's the monster. But the little retro rocket, she wanted to be Jenny's Jet.
Yeah, and you were snapping pictures with your phone secretly in front of her.
Yeah, I told her I wanted to capture her cute little tantrum, and that made her even madder at me. But she loved the retro rocket, but little did she know behind her was a biplane, because we have planes laying everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere right now.
So we got this documented, and it was hysterical. What a fun memory.
Yeah, so we're going to get these things wrapped up and go test fly them, I think.
Love it. So the whole entire team is beyond excited to be able to be working on this secret project to surprise Jennifer. Now, if you guys don't know, Jen has been the love of my life and my wife of almost 25 years. You've most likely seen her in content as we invade her manufacturing building and harass her team, maybe steal a couple parts along the way, or even helping out running Flite Fest in the store, or right on the Edgewater grounds as we do our events. Now, a long time ago, before Flite Test ever existed, Jen was a major source of encouragement and support when we decided to create an outreach ministry that used model aviation as a way to connect people, build relationships, and to share the gospel. Now, this ministry was called Fly for Him, and it was the foundation of what Flite Test is today. Now, Jen's support and encouragement didn't end there. She gave me the blessing to leave my full-time, stable job and pursue Flite Test full-time. Although I could design airplanes, although I could fly airplanes, and even talk about airplanes, manufacturing and fulfillment was something I simply was not able to do. Jen sprang into action, got us organized, and made it possible for us to be able to manufacture and fulfill out of a small one-car garage. Jen has been a source of inspiration, support, and wisdom in my life and in the team's life, and also at Flite Test. Now, one thing that my wife and I share is a common love of vintage aviation. You guys may not know this, but I used to fly a 1928 Pete Bull air camper with an old Model A engine in the front. Jennifer absolutely loved this plane, but the plane she loved the most was the Jenny. Now, the Curtiss JN, or the Jenny, has an amazing history, and it all started in 1917. That's only 14 years after the Wright brothers first flew their first aircraft. Now, the Curtiss JN-4 is possibly the world's most famous World War I aircraft, but not for its time in action, but as a trainer. Matter of fact, almost 95% of the pilots had stick time in the JN-4 Jenny. Now, this two-seat trainer was controlled by an OX5 V8 engine. It gave it a top speed of 75 miles an hour, and that was pushing it. Now, although this aircraft was predominantly used as a training aircraft, many different variants of this robust design existed. Now, after the war, the Jenny just didn't simply go away. People like Charles Lindbergh used the Jenny to get flight time and even solo in these kinds of aircrafts. And later on, they were used as barnstorming spectacles to be able to show people how wonderful the world of flight is, and also to push the limits in the sky. The Curtiss Jenny was the foundation for these young pilots to be able to learn how to fly and also push the limits with aerobatics and maneuvers. I'm beyond excited to combine such an amazing aircraft with such a rich history with such an amazing wife of mine. I cannot wait to see her reaction when she gets to see it for the first time. Make this work. Okay, there we go. What are you doing?
Hey, buddy. I am finishing up the Jenny for tomorrow's fly-in.
So
as usual, it's the end of the day, and we're here a little late, trying to get our planes painted and looking good.
I love it. I love the divide and conquer. So you went and drew up some 3D printed options for this.
Yes. So we have a header on the front here with exhaust manifolds and a radiator, or we have a complete cowling kit. Now, I already printed the heads and everything, and rather than reprint all that stuff, I'm gonna actually just use some of our Zap CA and glue these heads directly onto the cowling. So check them out on our store, they're available. And,
you already tested that with it too.
yes, and it actually flew better. This plane has a very wide envelope for CG.
Awesome.
And in saying that, like, we've got it pretty much right at the very back of that when it's built without anything on it. So any nose weight is good, and it flies even better. It's just a little bit faster then.
Needless to say, if like say you were one of those guys that puts a lot of glue in there, you may just have to put like a fender wash up in the front.
Yeah, that is a possibility, or some sort of weight.
Yeah.
Or you get yourself some engines and stick on there and make it look cooler.
That's fantastic.
All right, so we're out here at the Northeast Ohio Indoor Electric Fly, and this is an event held by Mark Sturmer, and I think Jason Bennett helps him out quite a bit, who also chases for us and does some editing for us. So this is all a giant family. We're out here with a bunch of friends, and we're getting ready to fly the new Jenny.
So who's leading?
I think Bob's on the end for
All right,
squadron
Bob.
leader.
It's all you, buddy. Here we go.
All right, who's next? Jason?
I love the way these planes take off. So we got the other Jason in the Edgewater flight crew, and he's actually has a 360 on a car. And I'm flying with the Insta360 inside my cockpit here, and it still flies fantastic.
I wanted to get in front of you. I guess I went a little bit close to you, Josh.
Dude, that's gonna be epic. I love how these fly. Now this is definitely a calm weather airplane. This is not a plane to fly in windy weather. Unless you're established pilot,
I made
probably.
contact with the Mini and I'm still in the air, so
There you go.
she's a strong bird.
There's something really nice about sub 250 and just light, mighty mini airplanes because they take a beating, don't they?
Woo.
All right, where's this car?
Where's the gaggle at? I see everybody.
All right, I'm gonna form up behind my good friend Dave here. Dave, I can't thank you enough for making this a possibility for us.
Oh, these things are great, and I'm so happy to do it. You know, kind of giving a shout out to Jen.
Yeah.
She does so much work for us.
It's kind of like the unsung hero of Flite Test. A lot of people don't realize this, but when I left my job full time, I made it 3 days before calling my wife literally in tears saying, I can design planes, I can talk about planes, I can teach people to fly, but I can't manufacture. And from that point on, she was there almost on a daily basis.
All right, you guys.
There we go. That is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're flying Apex with 800 milliamp 2S batteries, and I mean, we're flying at like not even half throttle most of the time, I think.
I almost hit another person again.
Oh no!
Who'd you hit?
I don't know.
Is that yours, Dave?
Yeah. I can't turn back.
As I said, bring the people you love and the planes you
Oh, I
don't.
crash landed right in front of us.
That's okay. All right, I'm gonna go barnstorm my good friend Jason here.
I don't see any issues with my plane though. I don't know why it was flying funny after that.
I love this.
I'm gonna try to go back up.
So you can build the sub 250. I think Dave had it all the way down, all up weight, flyable at 232. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah, it all depends on what you do with it. I mean, how much glue you put in, and
I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm flying with the Insta, and I know it's over 250 grams, but it flies like a dream. It seems like it really likes a little bit more weight. So if you guys don't have to worry about having it sub 250, put the extra decorations on, put the engine nacelles, put the paint and the decals, and maybe even an FPV system, because it handles it beautifully. Dave, how long do you say it takes to build one of these?
I was able to build it in like 40 minutes.
Okay, so really it's an hour.
Whoa. Well, I just broke my prop.
that you, Dave?
Oh, what a blast, guys. Thanks for flying with me.
Here we go. I'm landing.
All right, don't flip it over. Oh, that's it.
Oh, that was a butter.
Yay!
It can be done.
Yes.
All right, so guys, we are done here. These planes fly fantastic. We had a lot of fun. Our next step is we're gonna bring these back to the shop. We're gonna surprise Jen with her very own Jenny that she's been asking for so many years.
Yeah, now if you guys like this, check it out. It's gonna be available on our store, along with all the add-ons, the 3D printed parts, and all the decals.
So we found out something today.
Yeah. Well, we think we found out. We got to verify first. But we've been keeping a secret from Jen for months now.
Yeah, before the year even started.
Yeah. And last night we took it to the indoor fly. Everything was great. She was out of town,
Yep.
on vacation.
She actually jumped into a live feed, and we were really worried about this because we weren't going to tell people not to do a live feed, but she jumped in and jumped out right at the point where you're going to start flying. So she had no clue, and when she got home last night, totally oblivious. That all changed this morning with our good friend, the Laser Master himself, Jason McQuiston.
Yeah, so supposedly, I guess he slipped a little bit and said something about how well the Jenny flew.
Yep.
So
we're going to call him and get him to spill the beans, see if he'll admit it, number one, but also what kind of damage has been done, and if we can do anything to throw her off.
we almost made it. I mean, today was going to be the day that we were going to tell her about it.
And my wife is one of the sharpest people I know. Like, she picks up things so quickly, and we cannot believe just the way things work that she had known. But as far as I knew, she was completely oblivious to this. So I'm going to call Jason right now, and we'll see if he'll spill the beans and what's going on.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
No, I screwed that one up.
So we were just calling to find out how much damage has been done and what the story is.
Oh, I don't know. So, open mouth, insert foot. So I was like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't like just going loony, so I went back and watched my live feed. And sure enough, a little over 30-some minutes into it, we're like, yeah, this is the Jenny, the new release. Hey, Jen, we're flying the plane. And she was on just a couple minutes before that. So I go up. All I said was, I said, sir, what do you think of your plane flying? She connected the dots.
Of course. All right, well, for your penance and stuff, I think we're going to have you read 100 times. I will not spill the beans to Josh's wife on the Jenny.
Yeah.
Okay? No, it's all good, man. I appreciate letting us know. We can work around this. I think, we'll see how we can adapt and overcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we love you, just not as much as before.
Yeah, I know.
No monster for a week.
I knew when I got the deer in the headlight look, I was like, oh.
Well, here's the other thing she doesn't. She doesn't know.
Didn't know.
She doesn't know that the main logo for Flite Fest, the 10th anniversary, is going to be the Jenny either. So we got a lot of surprises for her. And
Yeah, she doesn't know that.
I think it's hysterical. All right, love you, man. I know you got a lot of work to do. I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah.
See you, buddy. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
We got work to do. We got vengeance to plan for Jason.
Yeah.
And
We got to figure something out to get even,
oh,
right?
it's gonna be fun. We got work to do.
Hello.
What you got?
Gifts. Wet wipes.
What wipes?
Coffee.
Oh, in my aura.
Wi-Fi.
I love it.
She brought all the good.
He needs to start ordering his own stuff.
Well, we got something for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard about it, didn't you?
Well, maybe about this.
About that right there?
Yeah.
Yes. How many years has it been?
10-ish.
10 years. Yeah, Jen.
Yes.
Dave
So-
made it a reality.
What I have to say, this is fantastic. 10 years of asking him. I got it from him. That's why he got the Valentine this year.
Yep. When you can't,
Without even knowing.
you get a David. That's what you say. So this is your Jenny.
That's
And
awesome.
we even well tested him, as you can see at the indoor when you were away helping your aunt. We went to the indoor.
So-
Even Bob was flying.
So I watched part of the indoor, and I saw you flying this big white biplane thing. It didn't look like these. I don't even know what that is. But Jason called me then as I'm getting off the airplane, and he's like, "So the cat's out of the bag." I'm like, "I don't know what he's talking about." So I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah," just playing
Because
along.
he's weird sometimes.
And he's like, "Hey, for this NASCAR race, I need off an hour on Monday." And so I'm sure, no problem. Well, then I come to work in on Monday, and he's like, "We almost surprised you with the Jenny." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I still didn't know. I had no clue. So then he just starts telling me all about this, and as he's doing that,
Yeah.
Haley's texting Noah. He's like, "Oh no, what's happening?"
Haley was fuming.
Oh,
Yeah,
she was mad.
She was mad, wasn't she? No.
Yeah. And Jason's like, "Crap, you told on me already," because they were gonna have me lie and say I didn't know about this, but it all blew up.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Yes, but it's adorable. I love
I
it.
cannot believe you did not realize it though, because
Well,
they've been floating around here.
I have to be honest. You guys have a lot of stuff in here, and I don't come in here that often. Usually, I come and drop the crap and leave. So this is awesome.
You were literally sitting on that chair scolding us about lack of Jenny because you wanted she wanted the retro rocket to be called the Jenny's Jet. And
Well, that's because I was never going to get a Jenny.
did you hear though that this is like it's cute in scale, but it's not
It is
necessarily
cute.
a beginner?
Well, Jason did tell me I won't be flying them because they're difficult and I haven't flown in 5 years.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna change that too because we fixed that problem, didn't we, Dave?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And I think Josh should show you what we made.
I don't know about this. So that's what I saw on the line.
You were literally talking about like there's this big white biplane flying around.
Well, I was partly paying attention because, I was hanging out with my aunt and
Yeah.
doing some stuff. But I'm watching, waiting to see you. And Jason's doing the live and he will not go over to see you. Because I'm like, "Hi, is Josh there? Say hi to Josh." And he's like ignoring me. And I was like, typically if I'm on a live,
Yeah,
because
you're
they're
his
behind the
boss.
camera, we'll say something. He was ignoring me like crazy. So I just left the live.
Well, the problem is, it's not that that's a hard plane to fly, but you basically, any kind of wind, any kind of disturbance, and you kind of got to fly ahead of it. What do you say, Bob?
Yeah, but it can be fun.
It can be fun.
Very
So,
I have a feeling you all are pretty good flyers.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I literally haven't flown in 5-ish years?
you're going to put this one to the test because this one has ailerons. This is a prototype, so it's kind of ramshackled. We've been testing it.
It's adorable too.
But the cool thing is we also called David Whidden from Wings. He got behind the project and he designed a simulator for it. So you can literally fly. See that brown one right there? You can
Yes.
use that one in the simulator to practice on. And then what I thought is I'll put the FT Aura 5 in there. We could take it out. Once you approve it, we'll make this a kit as well.
That's awesome.
So this will be the one to fly. This should be the ultimate beginner.
Yeah,
because
and
everyone's
then
flying it.
one other surprise too. I have to borrow you for a few minutes before you leave here.
Okay.
Because I have to scan your head.
I really get the yakking and yak.
Because we are going to make 3D printed Josh and Jen with our new scanner
Whoa.
and make them the pilots inside the plane.
That's fantastic. So I really can yak and a yak.
Yeah. You can cruise in the Jenny too.
That's awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well,
I love it.
I'm gonna get the Aura in this. You can fly. Why don't you scan her head? And then if you that sounds so weird. And guys, make sure you hit the subscribe bell because in the next video, Jen is gonna fly this, and if everything goes good, we're gonna build another one, and then we're gonna fly together.
You'll have to remind me which stick does which thing.
Oh, you'll get plenty of practice, trust me.
I don't know.
Friends, thanks for being part of the Flite Test family. The FT Mighty Mini Jenny is now available in our stores along with decal kits, the awesome 3D printed options you made.
Yeah, there's
How about-
heads and radiators.
Yep.
All
Thanks for being
right.
part of the Flite Test family. Check out the store.
Ooh,
See you next time.
wait.
Yeah.
You know what we should do?
What?
I don't know what it is yet, but we should do a bet. If we can sell more Jennies than the previous release, the Retro Rocket, you have to do something. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll have to come up with something.
See you next time.